Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am Harrison Graham. We got some injury updates plus more news from London as the Bears get ready to take on the Jaguars this Sunday across the pond. Teven Jenkins did not practice on Thursday with an ankle injury, and this was the first full practice of the week. They kind of did a walkthrough on Wednesday because jet lag, just getting over there the day before, so they took it easy. He was listed as limited Wednesday, but now it makes sense. They didn't really practice, so it was kind of just an estimation. He could not practice today. And I said this coming out of the game last week, and I'm kind of thinking it still. I think they sit Teven Jenkins this week. It seems like a good opportunity to rest him up. He's left the last two games with injuries, and hopefully he just gets right after the bye week, right? Left with ribs a couple of weeks ago, left with the ankle injury last week. That's still lingering, so I think there's a good chance he sits on Sunday and they roll with Bill Murray, who they have available as the backup left guard. I thought he played really well last week. Matt Pryor's been coming on as well, so I think they can get by with what they have. Nate Davis is still a player that could plug in if someone were to get banged up, so I would expect Jenkins to sit. Now, we'll see what Friday's injury report says. Maybe he's a game-time decision. Who knows? But I'm also intrigued by Bill Murray. I liked what he did in 37 snaps against the Panthers. Graded out really well. Did not allow a pressure, hurry, or hit or sack. Did not have a penalty. Was pretty solid as a pass protector, especially. So I thought he looked really good, and I'm eager to see more. So kind of feels like the perfect opportunity to rest up Teven Jenkins and give a full crack at a full game for Bill Murray. Can he repeat that performance, or was it kind of just one of those fluky things in a blowout against a bad team? Who knows? That's certainly a possibility, but not that Jacksonville is murderer's row, but they actually have real defensive players, unlike Carolina without Derek Brown. So I'm excited to see Bill Murray play, and if Jenkins is out, I would expect that to be the case in this matchup. Do you want to see Bill Murray play more? If you do, type Y for yes. If you don't, type in for no. This will be the pinned comment on today's video. Y for yes, in for no. Do you want to see Bill Murray play more? All right. You look at the full injury report. Jaquan, Brisker, Zacch, Pickens, Terell Smith, they're all already have been ruled out. They did not make the trip to London. We mentioned Teven Jenkins. We'll see what Friday and the rest of the weekend look like for him. Marcedes Lewis had his rest day like he does every Thursday. Tyrique Stevenson, this is a new one. We'll get to him in a second. Limited with a calf injury. Good sign on Kyler Gordon, though. He was full today after being listed as limited in the walkthrough. And then Jacob Martin, who they might activate from IR. He's been a full participant the past 2 days as he was a short-term IR stash to start the season. Now, for the Jags, no injury report as of filming this. If you're watching this later, go check the Jaguars' Twitter. They'll have to tweet it out at some point. The names to watch are Evan Ingram. He was questionable. He's missed the last several weeks. He was limited yesterday. Also, Tyson Campbell, the cornerback, who they opened his practice window. He was limited yesterday. We'll see if he was full today. He's still on IR, but a chance they activate him. That's a name to watch because their secondary has really, really been struggling. Well, let's talk about this Tyrique Stevenson deal. New addition to the Bears injury report as he was listed as limited with a calf injury. Was not listed yesterday, so did something happen in today's practice? You hear the word calf, it makes you a little anxious, right? A little nervous. How many calf deals have we seen across the NFL this year? Starting with Christian McCaffrey. That turns into an Achilles issue. He hasn't played all year. It's just teams are very wary and cautious of these calf things. So hopefully it's just like a soreness thing and he wakes up tomorrow, feels fine. But keep an eye on that. And if for some reason he can't go, that means 2 of your 5 starting defensive backs are out because Jaquan Brisker's already out. Elijah Hicks is going to start. And Tyrique Stevenson being out would mean Jalen Jones would probably get the nod because Terell Smith, your 4th corner, is out. So you'd be down to your 5th corner and your 3rd safety in this game. I still think you have enough in the secondary with Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, and Kevin Byard. That's the beauty of depth, but 2 of 5 starters back there out potentially. Hopefully that's not the situation with Tyrique, but definitely something to monitor for the Chicago Bears between now and Sunday. Speaking of this game, Bears-Jags watch party live on Sunday. We're trying to get to 104,000 subscribers. We're like 80 or so away. Let's get there before kickoff on Sunday. The plan is to go live at 7:15 a.m. Central Time, 7:30 at the latest. It is an early start for us, but we will be live, get you ready for kickoff, and of course, have live reaction throughout the game. Subscribe today. More content between now and kickoff, and, of course, every day here on Chicago Bears Now. All right, before we get to our next story, we have to tell you guys about our sponsor, Game Time. I hope you guys have gotten out of the house and gone to some sporting events or concerts or comedy shows recently. And if you did, I hope you used Game Time to purchase your tickets, because Game Time is the way to go when purchasing tickets. Time to get off the couch and go watch your favorite teams play. Their newest feature, called Game Time Picks, makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play much easier. It'll filter out the fluff to show you the best deals and the best seats, so you don't have to filter through thousands of tickets. It kind of simplifies it for you, so definitely take advantage of Game Time Picks. Whether you're getting tickets to a concert, comedy show, theater, or sporting event, Game Time has you covered, with views from the seats, super deals, which are the best bang for your buck, or last-minute tickets for the lowest price guaranteed. Download Game Time today. Use code CHATSPORTS, all one word, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase only right now. It's code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Terms apply. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. All right, I think the Jags have made a big mistake, and that's with their travel here. They still have not left as we're filming this. They were going to leave this afternoon or early evening. Well, apparently it's going to be an even later flight tonight because of the hurricane, and they knew the weather was coming in earlier this week. We want to say off the top here from Bears Now, and just as humans, we hope everyone in the Florida area is okay. Jacksonville, the players, coaches, their families, obviously just residents in the area. We hope everyone's okay, but they knew this was coming, and they still said Monday, Tuesday, yeah, the plan is to leave Thursday. It's like, why? The Bears did this really smart, and they left on Monday night, not because of any weather thing, but it's not easy to fly across the country, get used to 6 time zones over. Your bodies, these guys are so used to their routine, and getting over there early just gives you more time to kind of acclimate to everything. New country, new kind of sleeping patterns, all that stuff. And if you remember, when the Bears played the Raiders back in 2018 in London, they left, I think, on Thursday night, and they came out sluggish. They lost that game. They did not look like the team they were most of that season. And I do want to give credit to Jacob Infante here on Twitter. He said he talked to Charles Tillman today and said that, or talked about that Bears London game against the Bucs in 2011. He said they flew in Thursday, and he personally was exhausted on Sunday, is what he said. Obviously, Jacob echoes the sentiments about the hurricane and everything. That's most important, but that's almost even more reason to get out of Dodge early. So I just think that's a big mistake. Now, I get in Jacksonville's case, they're there for 2 weeks because they play there again next week. So the franchise is probably trying to reduce costs on hotels and all that stuff. But, you're an NFL franchise, man. You can afford 3 or 4 extra nights in a hotel for your players and staff, et cetera. So hopefully they're able to get out and fly out safely tonight. But I think from an on-field standpoint, just being there earlier is a big advantage for the Bears. So I think they did this smart. I think it was the right decision. And kudos to Ryan Poles, Matt Eberflus, and them for doing it differently than how they've done in the past. Who you got in this game on Sunday? CHI for the Bears, JAC for the Jags. If you want to drop a score prediction in there as well, you can certainly do so. Let us know in the comment section who you got winning this London affair. All right, let's kind of wrap a bow on this Tom Brady story. Bears chairman George McCaskey, who's out in London as well, met with the media today and was asked about their pursuit of Tom Brady, because remember a couple weeks ago he came out and said, yeah, the Bears were very stealthy in their approach in trying to sign me, and he said that he considered Chicago before going to Tampa. George said, well, that seems like ancient history at this point. I do remember we were interested in pursuing him. It didn't work out for us. Worked out great for Tampa. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say it worked out well for him in Tampa. And instead, we got to experience the Trubisky-Foles back and forth throughout the offseason and throughout the season. It's just you'll always wonder how things could have been different had they landed Tom Brady. Does he win a Super Bowl in Chicago? I'm not sure. It's hard to say, but that defense was still good. Allen Robinson was at the peak of his powers. They could run the football pretty effectively. So I definitely think they would have been a much higher level contender, but we'll never know because it did not happen. All right, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button if you want more Chicago Bears coverage on a daily basis. We go live every Monday, Thursday, and game day. And this Sunday, it'll be bright and early with kickoff at 8:30 Central Time. We'll be live at least an hour before kickoff. So join us, and we will see you guys then.